Hey everybody, welcome back to Odin Sphere. We got a new story and we got a new co-commentator. Welcome back, Torpid Typist from Muramasa.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
So, Torpid, I know you're generally a fun guy to hang around and a beacon of positivity, and I'm gonna need your help here because, this is probably gonna be me at my most sour, because I don't like this character in any dimension.
Wait. Beacon of positivity? Who the fuck are you talking about?
Well, compared to how snide I'm gonna be during the story, you're probably gonna seem a lot more interested in this than me. Cause, I don't like Mercedes. I don't like her story, and I don't like her gameplay.
So you've mentioned multiple times in the past. Repeatedly.
Yeah. Like, we've made mention that the last two stories are basically Disney Prince and Disney Princess. This is a literal fairy tale.
Persistent, aren't you, old man?
Wait, Mercedes.
Mother.
This is the weirdest thing.
Wherever
Like,
are you
we've got-
to? With my precious bow.
I was just saying, we've gone through two stories of tragedy, hardship, and overcoming hardship, and now we're starting with,
Tis necessary to
this.
exterminate those pests that eat the little fairies.
The fairy princess.
But you should leave that task to the soldiers, dear.
God, what
I
is
just
that
want to
design,
improve my
though?
skills with the bow, so I can join you on the battlefield.
I don't know, I think it's an interesting take on fairies.
Mercedes, I cannot
Like, you could
take
tell
you
everything
along
about
when
them
you
is
battle the demon
made
lord.
from the forest and organic.
No! Why
True.
not?
Unlike, say, high fantasy designs where elves are
Mercedes,
either, you know,
you are
masters of
young.
magic or just
You
hobos.
need to learn this.
This feels like
You
an
Murder
mustn't
hobos.
be eager to go to war.
this feels like an elf design that was
without
actually, you
knowing
know,
why
born
you're
of the
fighting.
forest.
So,
Well, fairy design, I should say.
Why are we fighting?
Yeah, that is true. Jesus Christ, that man!
Forest.
I like this guy's design, honestly. I think he's probably the best designed character.
Melvin.
And his name is
Those are the
Melvin.
magic elements generated by nature.
Aw,
They are
Melvin
rare
the
outside
fairy.
the forest.
I like his
Since we
tiny
collected
baby
them from
wings,
around
too.
The world, we are gifted with prosperity. The demon lord has declared war on us so that he may obtain
I'm
our
pretty
treasure.
sure
Is that
the
what
Queen
he
Lady's
wants?
voiced by Wendy Lee, and it kills me.
I wanted to
greatest
say it
treasure,
was
the
the
cauldron,
chick who
will
voiced
give
Faye
you
Valentine in
enormous
Cowboy
power.
Bebop, but I don't know the name specifically.
That's Wendy
So-
Lee.
That is indeed Wendy Lee,
That's why
then.
he's attacking?
You're not wrong.
Mercedes, I shall
Oh my
entrust
God,
you
she's
with
in
my
everything.
precious bow.
Well, this was a 2007
It will
game,
be
and they're
your
still using the voices from
responsibility to protect the
2007.
country while I
True.
am away.
Yes, Mother. I understand.
But I mean, like, even Nier Automata, she was
So-
the voice director.
I'll be off.
Yeah, I
hunting
noticed that.
now.
I was like, huh, that's a familiar name. So yeah, that was just a bit of Mercedes being told exactly what's going on with politics and being like, oh, okay, I
There's a
don't get it.
problem.
She's
She
a
has
fairy,
no
who gives a
idea of
shit?
her position and what is expected of her.
Melvin, you are her cousin. She treats you as a brother.
God, that accent is
Please
killing me.
help her become
It's
a
not that
good
bad.
queen.
It's really bad, shut up.
I will say, though,
Granted,
that
I've-
sometimes the
I've-
voice acting
As
does
you
get a bit
wish.
stilted.
Nah. I
shall
mean,
make it
I
my
think
duty
that's
to assist Princess
part of
Mercedes in
the
any
reason
way
for that is
possible.
how it loads voice files.
Yeah. It's trying to stay in sync with the, It's trying to stay in sync with the captions, but here we go with the Mercedes tutorial. So, the past two fights have been like a mix of character action and typical RPG things. You have magic skills, you have, basic combos, air combos, juggles, all that stuff. The entirety of Mercedes' gameplay is a shmup.
Good. Perfect.
Her big gimmick is that she can fly and she can avoid a lot of danger. You will be using this a lot, because they ramp up the danger here, and a lot of the fights are basically just keep away.
Just what I want from a Vanillaware game, a fucking shmup.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there are one or two good segments, but her shmup playstyle does not jive well with the beat 'em up style.
Yeah,
No.
her damage seems kind of anemic.
Initially, yeah, but I do kind of compensate through this video. That attack, though, that little 5 straight shot, that's a homing attack, and that's actually very powerful. I'm gonna be trying to do that a lot, because it's super good. And yeah,
God,
juggling...
you're just fucking up these frogs for no reason.
Well, they eat the baby fairies, so that's why we gotta murder them.
It's not their fault fairies are delicious.
Also, the tutorial is ranked.
Oh, that's good, sure.
Luckily, they're really forgiving with the grade, but yeah. Even now, you're being graded. So, let me explain Mercedes' mechanic. For Gwendolyn and Cornelius, their POW meter represented the amount of skills they could do, and in the original game, each of their attacks would drain the POW meter. And Mercedes is roughly the same, however, she's still unmodified from the main game, and where basic attacking will empty her POW meter. It won't stun her anymore, thank God. However, in order to refill it, you need to pause and have her reload by just standing still. And if you even stand still for a moment, she will do the reload and voice clip. So you'll be hearing "Here we go" a lot.
Your Majesty, the
Perfect.
Demon Lord
I love
has
it.
launched an assault.
Now for one of the good
Our
cutscenes in this
soldiers
story.
have been pushed back, and some have deserted from the front line.
Our guardian dragon is having trouble dealing with Odin's witch. We have no choice but to retreat. Your Majesty, please issue the command.
So you know how, Elfaria was wondering why her precious bow was being used? Boy, don't you wish she had it now?
What an enormous cipher!
Hi, Odin. I like Odin in the
Just here to
scene.
party.
He's really menacing. Odin in the scene is super rad.
Last time you were unusually shrewd and managed to steal the cauldron away from me.
Demon Lord Odin.
You are beautiful as ever, and yet I regret that I will have to break your perfect neck like stepping on a lily.
I will not give you
That
the
line
cauldron.
right there, oh god, I love that line so much.
You will have to take it by force. Yet I cannot.
Like, you
allow
can tell
to
that there's an
continue
air
your
of civility
violent and
between
petty
these
ways
two, but it's
unpunished.
still war.
Say what you will. Your attempts at deception have no effect on me.
I just appreciate that her kid just fucking off with her
Observe this
crossbow
reward.
is what dicks her over
Behold the
royally.
might of the wicked-eyed Baelor. Queen, accept defeat. With this, I will become absolute ruler of the world. Go, mourn the death of the fairy race.
So they leave it kind of vague here, but Odin basically beats this woman to death with a giant mace.
Like you do.
Which is almost weird, because with all the accuracy to Norse mythos, Odin should have a spear.
Princess, please compose yourself.
Look, can you blame him with that sweet ass fucking flail?
Yeah, I feel like she should be more pulverized than this.
She should be a paste on the ground.
Now listen carefully to what I have to tell you. 'Tis very important.
This is all your fault.
Mercedes,
Basically.
you must not look down. Raise your head high and survey the path ahead. You are the next fairy queen.
Mercedes, I wouldn't be dead if you didn't take my fucking crossbow.
Ring
I really needed that, honey. Like, wow.
Danger. If the magical kettle, the cauldron, if it draws in all the phozons, our forest and our people cannot live. The land needs a leader. You will need to revive the country and get the cauldron back from the Demon Lord.
Like, given how naive your daughter is, I feel like it would have been better to let your brother take over the throne in the meantime.
Loyalty over revenge. Be a queen.
I mean, it's clearly entirely her fault that her kid's an idiot.
One so young. But I know you can do it. Mother believes in you.
Mother!
'Tis my time
Now,
to
this
go,
little set piece here is a very important thing to the plot.
Dearest Earth, take me. I go back to whence I came. And to the beloved heavens, I will give you my name. I am Elfaria. My true name is Fimbulvetter. This awful winter shall disappear with me.
Now, while I'm not really a huge fan of the whole fairy like arc thing, I do think this is kind of a neat bit of world building. Every elf has a name and a unique name that they were given by the Earth, and once they die, they have to surrender it.
Oh, their sweet wizard name is what you're saying.
Basically. And yes, Fimbulvetter is actually a real thing in Norse mythos. I forget what it is exactly, like 100%, but it is indeed like the long winter. And here we get a little bit of a lore dump of how awesome Elfaria is with being a sympathetic leader.
I wouldn't know because I'm not reading this. Reading's for nerds.
I mean, yeah, it's a nice little extended lore thing that the new version of the game adds, but it doesn't really add anything.
I'd probably care if I was actually playing the game, but yeah, no. Look, I don't watch things to read, alright?
Yes. Let's watch a video LP of visual novels. How about that?
Just a video LP of a screenshot LP.
Now, if there was ever like a point in the game where the writing is like, "Yo, Mercedes is very naive,"
Mercedes.
it's this little lobby segment
so
here.
many injured that we have run out of sickbeds and medicine. What shall we do?
Well,
God, what was that delivery?
Let us open the Southern Imperial Villa and house the wounded there. I shall notify our mages to increase healing potion production. Princess Mercedes, I hope this is adequate.
Oh, yes.
You could tell that all went right over her head. Also, look
Hey,
at this
she's
guy.
just-
You must be Melvin's shadow.
Look at this edgelord.
Oh, he's fine.
Pardon me.
He looks
I'm
like an
not
edgelord.
Knowing that the Demon Lord is on his way here makes me nervous. Do you think that girl can fulfill her duties as queen in these times of strife? Her
That
cousin
was
Melvin
literally
is
the
quite
queen.
Dependable. He ought to take her place.
There's just
One
like
of those girls is voiced by the queen.
Your Majesty, I'm
Really?
extremely
Huh, I never noticed.
In the past, the former queen battled with the dwarves.
Have another
I love
context
this
dump.
man's voice.
When we were defeated, we left our
Yeah, the
forces and
dwarf
became
voices are
warriors.
always really goofy.
But the dwarves who escaped the fairies joined forces with the Demon Lord and made more weapons to hurt us.
He sounds like he's just channeling his inner Sean Connery.
Yes, we dwarves became
Your
Lilliputites.
Majesty, I swear by my horn.
This is the only cool guy in the
I will
fairy
fight to
story.
the end for Queen Elfaria.
He's
you.
pretty rad.
He's a mid-boss, actually, in other stories.
Honey,
But yeah, in every chapter you're gonna see a unicorn knight, and he's always just a total bro.
I appreciate that the map icon
It has
to
not
enter an
been
area, you
long
just
since
shoot
you
it.
lost your mother.
Yeah, for Cornelius's it was the
Perhaps
sword,
you need
and
a
for
vacation.
Gwendolyn it was her spear.
But Melvin, I'm...
Allow me to handle the governmental affairs. The people will be fine.
This sounds good and solid and
Are
okay.
you suggesting that the queen is a burden?
Absolutely not.
I like how the moment the queen is gone, Melvin's like, alright, time for full rebellion mode.
I'll see
Just
him
making his power
immediately.
play.
Excuse me?
Y'all ready for a
I must be on
coup?
my way.
I'm ready for a coup. I just need to dispose of the annoyance.
The armed forces as he
That is the coup.
Just as Mother said,
He's deposing the ruler.
cannot do
Yeah.
anything.
Queen Mercedes, please control yourself.
Like, the
No,
big
maybe-
theme of this, the story, though, if you couldn't catch it already, is
His
self-doubt.
heart burns with ambition, and he seems to be making some
Gross.
kind of plan.
Like, a big thing you're gonna see in all of Mercedes' stories is that she questions her capacity to do anything, and it gets annoying!
No, it's relatable. Shut up.
The famous sorcerer Beldor, who enslaves a dragon and sees the netherworld. 'Tis better to have a dependable expert on our side.
That's it. This game is
I
fucking
doubt he will
gorgeous, so that
cause a
goes without
rebellion
saying.
within the land,
Yeah.
but who can say? If the country collapses after Queen Elfaria's death, the Demon Lord truly wins.
Maybe he should.
Let-
I have heard that Beldor has
As much
been
as I
treated
enjoy Odin as a
decently
character and an actor,
If Queen
Odin is
Mercedes
a
should
piece of
visit
shit
the
in the
forest,
story.
we should be honored to help.
And Odin was kind of a piece of shit in general.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
I mean, the dude hung from a tree and learned languages, but he was also kind of a douche.
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's not forget that he rides his grandchild.
Yeah.
Which is still weird to me.
The weirdest thing about this this level in particular is that the hardest fight I have in the fight is the first one, because I don't fucking remember how to play Mercedes right. Eventually I get it, but I had to redo the first fight 4 times.
I can't believe you S-ranked the tutorial and this is what you're having trouble with.
I mean, yeah, the big issue is that the goblins are fast and they just decide to stab my face.
I'd argue the bigger issue is that they're super low to the ground, so you can just straight up shoot over them.
Yeah, and juggling is so dumb with Mercedes in that you have to, like, time a really slow tempo with your shots, where it's just like, bang, 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 bang.
Yes, Mercedes is my favorite rhythm game.
Yeah. Like, juggling is actually detrimental for her because it's slow and it doesn't have any damage output.
Oh, good.
Like, you gotta have a situation where they're stuck on the ground to where you could just shoot them unendingly, and at some points you have to stop so you could charge up your shot. Because that is one thing I forgot to mention. Mercedes' first shot is unique in that if you wait for a second, you'll see your bow flash, and if you shoot then you get, like, roughly 2 times damage. So typically what you want to do is, like, wait a bit, fire off a shot, and, like, 5 or 6 follow-ups, wait a bit, do it again. Or, while you're charging up a shot, that also counts towards the downtime for your first boosted shot. So you would do a homing shot into a power shot and then just, you know, spam.
Gross.
Yeah, not a huge fan of Mercedes' gameplay.
Also, I'm glad it took you a second to realize that you could fly to shoot.
Well, I was trying to figure out how I used to do it, because when I first played this, I figured out a way to easily do Mercedes flying, because the tutorial says hold square button and R button in order to fly. You don't have to do that, though. You just have to press R in the air.
So, is there any particular reason you keep dodging all over the place?
No. I mean, Mercedes has actually a really good dodge. It's fast, and it's, covers a lot of distance. I mainly do that as just a general reaction for moving, because I'm so used to Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh. I see.
Gotta roll everywhere. Now, this is the move you're gonna be using forever. Like, this is Mercedes' everything, and if you want to get anywhere, you're going to be exploiting this. Round shot, it's just a big shot.
Well, it's really impressive.
It's a big shot that covers 2 screen sizes and pierces. So what I like to do is fire off a big shot, then fire up my charge shot, and then just go to town. Or if I'm feeling goofy, homing shot into round shot, then boosted shot. You also get speed flight, which makes you go faster in the air. So if you want to speedrun this game, you always fly as Mercedes.
But are you speedrunning it? This is important.
No, this is, if you haven't noticed, I haven't gained HP period on leveling up, because this is heroic mode. Now, the weird thing about Mercedes is that unlike Gwendolyn and Oswald, she doesn't get 120 health, she gets 105. By the way, you said the damage was kind of anemic. We are melting this boss.
Yeah, wow, holy shit.
I think
he just does not stand a chance because you can fly.
Yeah. They do kind of give him a bit of compensation, like, he will do his poison shot in the air a lot more if you're flying, and he also has a couple projectiles to compensate you running away, but this boss is not designed for this. Also, I don't know if it happens this fight, but I've noticed that Mercedes has an inherent ability to guard on hit. I think it was right there, actually.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened there.
Yeah, like, right there. I should have taken that hit, but instead I guard. It's a little bizarre. I don't know what's up with that, because I don't see that listed anywhere in her skill set.
So is this supposed to be like a manticore?
It is a manticore.
Okay, because it looks pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, a manticore with like the alien protruding mouth.
Also, no goat head.
Mhm.
Or whatever the fuck the other thing was.
No, that's a chimera. Manticore is
Chimera, yes.